warm welcome to this thought leadership talk titled Banking Easy with AU Small Finance Bank. Over the past couple of decades, AU Small Finance Bank has positioned itself as a bank for underserved and unserved low and middle class individuals. Now, this has helped them put themselves in a strong position when RBI was handing out the most coveted small finance bank licenses in 2015 and also putting them in a great position to earn the trust of renowned investors. Today we have with us Mr. Mayank Markanday with us, who will be joining. He's the head of credit cards business at AU Small Finance Bank and has a rich experience in domains like retail banking and telecom businesses. He's here to talk to us about the approach adopted by the bank and the plans that they have to bring this change that they promise in society. So thanks for joining in, Mayank, and welcome to the show. I want to begin by talking a little bit about, AU Bank's recently introduced offer where every applicant was promised a credit card. Can you tell us a little bit about the process behind this idea and what was the profile of the bank's credit card customers?
So thank you so much, Priya, for hosting this. Let me tell you, there are two skewness problem in India. If you see the credit card market, we are very less penetrated in terms of the credit card issuance in India. If you compare it with China or you compare it with US, the credit card penetration is pretty low in India. It's hardly 3% of the population. So when we thought of this, we found two skewness, mainly reasons for that. One was the credit card issuance in India by the banks are issued to the salaried segment only, whereas a large segment of self-employed has had hardly any presence on the credit card instruments. So mostly the banks were issuing to the salaried segment. The second skewness reason was these credit cards in India were only been issued and distributed in 20 large cities of India. So 80% of the cards issuance is limited to 20 cities in India. So these were the two reasons what we saw. So what our campaign also says that it is not for some specific people. Credit card should be for the normal Indian now, and it should be given to every common common man of India. So we started this business, and we are doing this issuance in almost 250 districts now in India. So we are distributing everywhere. The second thing we have done is we are also offering cards to the self-employed segments. We are not restricting only to the salaried segment, or we are not very much only towards the salaried segments. We are also issuing to self-employed. So these two things we have bringing it on the table. And the important thing here is customers these days, especially in tier 2, tier 3 cities, they are also looking for a credit card instrument, because a lot of e-com penetration has happened in India, and a lot of e-com portals are offering their goods in these smaller towns also. So large number of avenues have opened to shop through credit cards even in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So that is the reason we opted for this.
Right. Mayank, what were some of the challenges that you faced when you started competing with other banks in the credit card space?
So I would say, as I told you, that hardly there is any penetration in India in credit cards. So the market is still very much open. And if you see in last one decade, e-com penetration has increased a lot. We have already witnessed that. So the e-com, or I would say the e-commerce platforms have grown by 35 to 40% CAGR every year. So that kind of growth is coming to India, and especially this also gives a lot of potential to digital adoption in India. So when the market is size is so huge, I don't see any competition coming in. Whereas I would say that whosoever will get available to issue cards in these markets will get the benefit out of it. And AU being a bank which is largely in the tier 2, tier 3 markets, that's our core strength. So we want to issue cards in those markets and become the leaders. So I don't feel any
Right.
competition. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just wanted to understand what were some specific acquisition strategies that your bank has implemented for credit cards.
So there are two, three things. One is, yes, we are a bank which is we want to leverage our digital properties. We have already have a AU0101 app which helps us to acquire a lot of customers through digital acquisitions. Also, we have multi-channel distribution channels. So we have people we have almost 700 odd to 800 odd touch points in the country, where we have people available as with us who can source cards for us. Also, we have a direct sales teams who does sourcing in almost 50 cities of the country. Also, we are leveraging other channels like DSAs and aggregators, which are very much there in the market. So we are going through a multi-channel distribution strategy. Yeah.
Right. Any specific distribution channels that you've built in to give consumers this kind of experience when it comes to financial services?
So I would say rather than distribution channels, I want to comment upon the seamless onboarding. See, customer these days want a seamless onboarding experience. That there should not be hustle bustle to provide all the details. The journey should be seamless. It should be very convenient. And also, what we have witnessed that the customers these days are looking for faster underwriting decisions and quick processing of their cards. They don't want to wait for it or giving a lot of documentation to you to process their applications. They don't want to get into this. So what we have done, we have enabled our bureau our business rule engines into such a form that they are enabled with a scorecard and very limited documentation. We can fetch the information through online different channels and portals available. We have done a lot of API integrations for that, and we are fetching the information in one go rather asking it from the customers, and thus we are able to quick process their cards and do a much faster issuance.
Right. While you did mention that seamless onboarding is, perhaps a really interesting and important attribute for a consumer out there. Tell us a little bit about any more appealing aspects which make the AU Bank credit card stand out among its peers.
So I would say, as I told you, that we want to include a population which was still very less penetrated. So first thing is that we are issuing them the card. Let me tell you that the skewness I told you about geographies, the skewness I told you about this. So till now we have around 50,000 plus customers who have been issued cards for the first time. So they are experiencing the card for the first time in their life. So that is one. The other thing is, since large population of tier 3, tier 4, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities are all they travel by trains. Okay, and many credit cards have you seen? They are offering airport lounges. No, for this population there was nothing. So we bought in railway lounges for them. So now at many railway stations there are railway lounges. So in our cards you can go and visit the railway lounges and have the experience to have a, convenient journey breaks. The other thing what we have done is we have also created many offers which are segment oriented. Like for large number of banks, no, they have offers for same offers for every segment of customer, be it a salaried or self-employed, be it in age of 25 to 35 or a 45 or a 55 age group. So we have created offers for different segments of the customers, so that they get the offer what is required by them. It is not that the predefined offers are there. So that we have done for them. Also, the younger generation these days are buying lot many electronic goods from the online portals. Now this has started. So what we have given is we have given them a device protection plan, that if you buy any device from electronic device like mobile or uh, I would say iPad, you'll get 1 year free device protection of your screens. So this is what we have given, so that they get a free warranty sort of for their screens, breakers and all those things. Likewise, on any electronic device, you get extended warranties if you buy it through it. So these kind of features, specially designed to understand the customer needs, we have done that.
Right. Any specific opportunities that you're looking to tap in the credit card space? Are there some pockets that you've identified? You did briefly allude to them, but any specific opportunities that you think will be important and interesting for AU Small Finance Bank?
So as I told you that we are a bank which operates more in the core markets. the markets like tier 2, tier 3 markets. So we have a good strength over there. So we want to, as the digital adoption in India is now moving from urban towns to semi-rural and rural towns now, or a tier 2, tier 3 towns now, and logistics are also improving, Priya. Every day I hear that Amazon has delivered in 2 days in small towns like Bikaner or a Jodhpur or a Ujjain. So they are delivering that now. Everybody is buying through these e-com portals. So when the venues are opening, if we are the ones who are the first ones to give a digital instrument also. See, everybody, every time you cannot buy through cash on deliveries or a debit card, no? People don't find it secure also. And so they are coming to the branches now and asking for a credit card sort of instrument, because that's a most convenient instrument to use on these portals. So we are the first ones to give them, because we understand that customer better than anybody, because we have dealt with those customers from past so many years. Also, our bank has always been a bank of self-employed people who have we have helped these customers to and the loans which we have given, they have generated incomes through that. So those kind of customers now are really helpful, because now they are also looking for credit card instruments after this GST and everything is coming in. So many aspects are, people are doing online transactions now, people are transferring money through online modes. So a lot of online thing has come into play, and thus we are the ones, we can take the real opportunity in these markets.
Right. I want to understand about the AU0101 app that you have, which has helped acquire more credit card customers. Tell us a little bit about, whether the app has played a really important role out there.
So AU0101 is a super app for us, and it has really played significantly, not only in terms of acquisition of the customers. On acquisition side, we have done over 40 to 50,000 acquisitions through app only. The other important thing is, see, for a credit card customers, you can acquire the customer, but it is very important to be in the life cycle of the customer, that he remains with you for a long time and he keeps using your card. Also the customer, since it's a life cycle management product, and I would say it's not that as a loan when you give one time and then you start taking the EMIs. Here you have to make the customer pay his bill also, to manage his credit limit also. He has to sometimes on off his ecom, on off his POS. Sometimes he wants an international enablement, sometimes he wants to disable the international distance. So all this ecosystem has to be built in. So yeah, 0101 app helps us to maintain the ecosystem of the customer also. So all these things are very much there in the 0101 app, and customer can easily go in the app and do all these changes and modification in his day on his card as real time basis only. So that's very
Right.
important.
Absolutely. I had one question about what kind of new offers or credit card variants are you planning to introduce in the future? If you can give us and our audiences some perspective on that.
So Priya, here since we always have as a bank always have worked upon badlavs. Our campaign also states that we have always challenged the status quos. So if you see in credit card industry, the banks fix everything for a customer. So there is a predefined fees, there is a predefined features that in a quarter you can take opt for two lounges in on a particular segment of spends, you will get 5x reward points or a 10x reward points. Everything is predefined there, no, nothing is there which is. And then the bank says that we are customer centric, we have customer centric products. How can, when you decide everything for the customer, how can your products be customer centric? So here we are bringing a badla, we are giving an option to the customer. Now you choose what you want, whether you want something or not. If you want something, you get something. If you want a fee based card, you take a fee based card. You don't want a fee based card, you don't take a fee based card. You want this feature or the other feature, it is up to you to decide. So those kind of products we are soon bringing in the market, and I am telling you, this is going to be a big badlav in the credit card industry.
Right. And a final question in terms of what kind of future you see for AU Bank credit cards in the coming years.
Okay. So if you hear these days, no, not many news is coming that the Indian economy is growing tremendously and will grow for next 1 decade like anything. So when the economy is growing, and also the second thing is that the middle class segment is growing every day. The numbers are increasing for the middle class segment. When the middle class segment grows, your credit demand grows, and when the credit demand grows, the instruments which provide credit limits will definitely the opportunity is huge for them. So we are looking forward to it, and we wish that every Indian becomes a digital savvy customer, and all this I would say the way China or US, the digital adoptions have increased over past 2 decades. India will also see a lot of digital adoption in the coming 10 years. So we see that credit card industry will also grow 20% CAGR at least, with so much of e-com penetration going on, so much of distribution of such digital products is going on. We see a large market here, and we see a lot of opportunity which can be easily taken up by AU in the coming years.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for that, Mayank. It's been a pleasure speaking with you and we wish you all the very best in the journey going forward. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Priya. Thank you so much.